What's happening? What's happening? How is everybody this fine ass evening? I.O.B.A. I'm TC. Now, before anybody asks, what I.O.B.A. means is Institute of Black Awareness. Sometimes you'll hear me call this the Awareness Channel, which is what it is. I'm TC. I haven't talked about anything in the news for about a week and a half, ever since they started this impeachment show, because that's what it is. This is just a show. Y'all already have to realize by now that Donald Trump isn't going anywhere, not through impeachment anyway. He gonna have to either quit or get voted out of office. And that brings me to the subject of these 2020 presidential elections. I've been talking a little bit about that, here and there over the last couple of months, but here's my latest take on what's happening. From an ADOS standpoint, yes, I'm ADOS. I'm what you might call a descendant of American slavery. That's what I am. So, from our standpoint, like I said earlier in some of my earlier stuff, we're in a pretty powerful position right now. Now, it goes like this: if Bernie Sanders can get that grassroots electorate behind him, then he got a good possibility of getting that Democratic nomination. But he ain't gonna get it for sure unless he gets that black vote. That's us. That's black Americans. That's American descendants of slavery, not immigrants who come here, because it ain't really enough of them that have citizenship and voter eligibility to make a difference. No, that's going to be largely American descendants of slavery who make up that voting bloc. So when they say the black vote, they're talking to us. So Bernie Sanders doesn't want to come to us directly and promise us anything. They want to continue with that policy of benign neglect. They want to listen. They want to empathize, but they don't want to make any promises to black people, because they know that the United States is basically a racist country. Even the poor people are fucking racist. That's pretty much how you got Donald Trump in office. The poor whites voted for him because they were so pissed off about the black man being president, till they voted against their own best interest, and they believed the lies Trump was telling them. Poor white people voted him into office that way. But even the poor people in this country are racist. And if Bernie Sanders can't win them over, or can't win enough of them over, then he might lose the nomination to somebody like Joe Biden or Elizabeth Warren. He might lose the nomination to one of them. And nobody has a chance in hell against Donald Trump except Bernie Sanders. So that puts us black people kind of in the driver's seat. If we come out and we get behind Bernie Sanders, then he gets to go up against Donald Trump because he'll win the nomination. And if Bernie Sanders go up against Donald Trump, it's a different story. Some of these other clowns who ain't offering nothing but the status quo, then no, they ain't got a chance against Trump. Bernie Sanders got a good motherfucking program, too. Because I'm from that generation that I value shit like medical insurance and stuff like that. Healthcare. That's what I value. I value shit like healthcare. right? Young people, that, they can put that on the back burner, but that's good for everybody. It really is. Free college, tuition-free college is good for everybody. A Green New Deal is good for everybody. But that doesn't help black people specifically. We still at the bottom of everything, economically speaking. When white people got $100 for every dollar we got, we at the bottom. And we even behind the black immigrants that come to this country. See, black immigrants don't seem to want to own up to that. That a lot of them are doing pretty good. Even the illegal ones are doing pretty good. But they come over here with a lot less baggage than we have. They ain't here long enough to accumulate all of the traffic tickets for no reason, and the police stops for no reason, and the fucking predatory lending and the fucking exploitation from every other ethnic group that comes along when it comes to black Americans. They don't understand how we were shut out, how much we were shut out of things. And when you tell them about it, or when they read about it themselves, they're really shocked and really surprised. Black immigrants, and how much we had to deal with, or how much we have to deal with in this country. They're only feeling it now because a lot of them getting deported, and a lot of them are feeling that. But by and large, it's just dawning on them how fucked up it is to be black in the United States. Because for a long time, they come over here, man, they got, like I said, they got a leg up. They got a college degree. They got good credit because they don't have no credit history. And they got education coming from the country they was in. So they come here and they talk that shit to us like we ain't trying. So they're doing better than we are. But right now with this election, it's us. If we play our cards right, who can determine whether we get 4 more years of Donald Trump, or whether we get Joe Biden, or whether we get Bernie Sanders. I gotta tell y'all, man, listen. For the good of the world, from a big picture standpoint, and this transcends all of it, from a big picture standpoint, you gotta have Bernie Sanders in the White House. From a big picture standpoint. If the old man's being sincere, that's who should be there. And if he gets in the White House and he can be talked to by black people, and we can get him to get on board with this black agenda after he get in the White House, that would be a good thing. But that's the way we felt about Barack Obama, isn't it? We gave him a chance. We wait till he get in. We'll see what he do. And then when he got in, wait till his second term, and we'll see what he do. And he didn't do shit. And here we sit, and we lost ground. So we can't see. That's why it's so hard to believe Bernie Sanders can be negotiated with after he gets in the White House. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. We're a powerful group, but we also caught between a rock and a hard place. But here's the thing, we've been here a lot of times before, black people. We've been caught in this position before. The worst that could happen to us is 4 more years of Donald Trump. And we already know how he feel. He don't like black people. Nothing, is going to change for us substantially. We're going to keep struggling. We're going to stay on the bottom. We're going to have college debt. We're going to have, there ain't going to be any Medicare for all, no health care that anybody can afford. All of that shit, racism and institutionalized racism going to continue. Police brutality is going to continue. All of that shit. But it's going to have a unifying effect on us as a people. That could be a blessing in disguise. All of that fucking vitriol that we're going to catch if Donald Trump is president for 4 more years is going to have a unifying effect on black Americans. It can only, it can't help but do that. But if we get somebody like a Bernie Sanders, or we get Elizabeth Warren and somebody like that, and they start, throwing little trinkets out there, we're going to go back to sleep. We're going to go back to sleep because we're going to start thinking things ain't really that bad for us when they really are. Because they're bad for everybody. They're bad for everybody. Really, really big, serious overhaul of this nation's policies is the only thing that's going to change that. It's bad for everybody, but us, black people, at the very bottom. You see? Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar and Joe Biden they only gonna motherfucking change things just a little bit. They just gonna tweak the edges. Because, the Democrats and the Republicans are on the same page. You gotta know that by now. They're on the same page. One just wants to maintain the status quo, and one, and with, a right-leaning tilt. That's the moderates. And then you got the fucking Republicans who just want to fuck everybody, let them die if they can't pay their bills or whatever. That's the serious right-wingers. Everybody's problem is motherfucking brown and black people. That's the fucking problem. You get rid of them and everything will be hunky-dory for us white folks. That's the Republican Party. And what else? Let business and the free market take care of everything. This is a capitalist society, and capitalism is the best way to live, and blah, 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 all of that bullshit. That's the Republican Party. The war economy, that's the Republican Party. But the Democrats like war too. Don't get it twisted. They love that shit too, because they voted for that goddamn big military budget too. So that's all you're going to fucking get. Unless you get Bernie Sanders in the White House, and he means what he says and does what he says he's going to do. But right now, that's what this country needs. It need to be thrown back to the left, just as hard as it was. I mean, I'm not talking about moderately. I'm talking way to the left. Democratic socialism is what they're calling it. But I said on many videos, that's where I'm at anyway. I'm probably further left than that, but that's where I'm at anyway. So Bernie Sanders, man. So I hope that motherfucker get that nomination. I'm gonna try to hold my nose and vote for him, but I can't ease up off that reparations thing. I can't ease up off that black agenda that nobody wants to talk about. That everybody hoping and praying they can win without doing something with that. They doing that motherfucking, what did John Henry Clark say, showbiz politics. Marching, going to the churches and all of that old bullshit. Symbolism. Fuck all that. Where the tangibles at? And I ain't no Russian bot. Where the tangibles at? Get out and vote. Vote for what? Vote for who? You see? That's where I'm at. But anyway, that's it for now, y'all. I could talk all night on that shit. But Institute of Black Awareness is this channel. That's what I.O.B.A. means. I'm TC. I got another channel where I talk about bodybuilding. And I got another channel where I talk about my artwork. Because I'm a portrait artist as well as as a commentator. Y'all check me out on the next one, though. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for this video, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be dropping that knowledge. I'll be right more than I'm wrong, I promise you. TC, and I'm out.